welcome to part 4 on this Good Friday of this Freaky Friday Festival Friday. And also Easter Sunday is coming up, folks.
It is.
Top Rope Rally, I'm Mike Hogan. And next to me, let me give you a good thing here next to me, the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, my co-host, the man, the one, the only...
Jessica.
That's right.
I wasn't expecting that, so I totally went off script on that.
That's all right.
You actually went off script.
I did go off script. That's what I do. So let's start off with the story about us. Dust it off here, folks, and we're going to do the chapter 2. What the book is called, The Endings That Screwed Great WWE Storylines and That What Should Have Happened. Chapter 2 is...
I feel like we're missing a word in it. Endings that screwed great W storylines.
Because it would have been great, but then the ending screwed them. Got it?
I guess I read it differently last time.
That's all right.
So chapter 2 is who shot JR. No, I'm just kidding.
Who ran over Stone Cold?
Who ran over Stone Cold?
Who does not remember that? Can we talk about great editing here? There's Stone Cold. Look out! Switch camera. Come back, and somebody gets run over. Who was that?
Somebody was bald. Somebody was bald.
Get the ball cap on.
But he
come back to it, and he's on the ground.
But he had a bad neck, so you know they didn't hit him with a car.
And it pisses everybody off because they knew it. Why did they trick us into buying the pay-per-view when they knew Austin wasn't going to be there anyway? That's what you have to do to make money, folks.
That's true. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened in the 1999 Survivor Series. Long time ago. Stone Cold Steve Austin was the victim of a brutal hit-and-run incident in the arena parking lot.
By Cadillac.
While Austin was laid up at home for over a year, Commissioner Mick Foley began an investigation, turning WWE programming into a whodunit mystery. After interrogating the roster on a weekly basis, they ran that for a year. What the heck?
I know. Holy crap!
Well, he's gone every week for 52 weeks. We're gonna figure it out. What in the world? Foley eventually honed in on who his prime suspect was. Things turned awkward when Rikishi confessed to the attempted vehicular homicide, stating that he needed to eliminate WWE's Great White Hope. That's racist.
I wouldn't stand today.
Yeah, I didn't know he said that.
I don't either. I have to go back and watch it on the WWE Network
for only $9.99 in order to give a minority like The Rock a chance in the main event scene. Here we go.
Who's writing this? Was that Vince Russo's writing?
Probably.
Yes.
This is what he said. I did it for The Rock.
He did it for The Rock.
It's so stupid. But how it ended, at the time Rikishi was extremely over as a babyface. His heel turn just didn't click with the fans.
Oh, look at him.
He can't be a heel. Come on, people. Let's see. In an attempt to keep the storyline going, Triple H was revealed as the architect behind the whole thing.
Architect? I thought it was Seth Rollins.
Oh. Redoing storylines here. With Rikishi being demoted to a mere pawn. The game would inherit the feud with Austin while Rikishi stepped into a throwaway tag team with Haki before sitting out the rest of the year with Gesundheit.
A shoulder injury.
With a shoulder injury.
Oh no, the injury bug again.
Exactly. How it should have ended. This one should have been Triple H right from the start. The racism angle was poorly received.
It should have been Hunter, but you lead it to think it's somebody, not Rikishi. Hell, think it's The Rock, for God's sake.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah.
The racism angle was poorly received and fans just couldn't take Rikishi seriously as a threatening heel while continuing to wear the same thong attire that he rocked as the dancing good guy. As a result, WWE ruined one of their top babyfaces and he would never again reach the same heights of popularity.
And probably after that, because he was a heel, he got shoved off the cage by Undertaker.
Yep.
That's when he went to the back of the
on Armageddon pay-per-view that was in Birmingham, Alabama.
Which probably was 99. That's probably it. He got coup and then, woo, you're done.
Exactly. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do the Hall of Fame.
And
some of these people should be Hall of Fame.
Yeah, speaking of Hall of Fame, our Hall of Fame will be back next week for a big WrestleMania weekend.
WrestleMania weekend. As always, we do our own Hall of Fame. Last year we had the Gargoyle here as our special guest, and we had 15 names put into the Hall of Fame. The year before we had 2 names put in.
Yes.
But we're going to continue the tradition.
Talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it and said, yeah, 2's okay, but we should have it broken down in categories. And we went 5 categories.
We're still doing the 5 categories. We're not going back to the 1 apiece. And but this is our kind of annually, every now and then type thing that we do with the should be, might be, but not at all. We'll do the might be first.
We'll do the might be first.
Might be is the Steiner brothers. I could see this not as individuals, definitely as a tag team.
Yes, but if Scott Steiner has any beef with anybody in the WWE, it ain't happening right now. Rick could get in. No, I think Rick could get in with no trouble, but you don't.
Right, but not as a singles wrestler.
No, you need the
Scott Steiner did good in WCW as a singles wrestler.
Yeah.
But on that merit alone, they're not going to put him in by himself.
No.
They're going to have Rick there with him. Rick kind of helps him keep calm anyway.
Yes. But hey, Hunter has done great things with people you would never think would get in, so
that is true.
That's why the Steiners are might be.
They are might be. Ladies and gentlemen, the not at all. This man, if there was an ECW Hall of Fame, he'd be a automatic shoe-in to be the very first person.
A first ballot.
That's the thing I was trying to think of. First, a ballot going in on this one.
Yes, he would.
But this not at all is Raven. He's got a lot of heat with a lot of the
he's
top echelon people.
Yes,
exactly. Yes. But it's very interesting. His career, people don't realize where he started and where he's ended up at, because he was Johnny Polo, he was
Scotty Flamingo.
He was a manager in the WWE with the Quebecers, right?
Yes.
Yes. And then in WCW, he was a light heavyweight wrestler. As I think Scotty Flamingo, right? Yes. Johnny Polo was WWE.
He was Johnny Polo in WWE.
Yes, and
Scotty Flamingo.
Very interesting thing. I don't know if you realize this or not. I've heard him talk about this, but Raven also was writing the lesser-known shows, the smaller Saturday shows and Sunday shows, the ones that nobody cares about.
Right.
He was the one putting those shows together, and he basically had an office in the Titan Towers. I would have kept with that.
Yeah.
But he did go on to do a lot of great storylines, a lot of innovative things in ECW that a lot of people didn't see when it happened, but later on in the years that have gone on, they have seen. And then he went to WCW as Raven, and then ended up WWE as Raven again, which was just in the hardcore division, and it was just not. It was a shell of what could be, because they didn't want to push him anymore.
No.
But he's gotten a lot of heat with a lot of people. He's talked bad about a lot of people.
And so
I don't know if
he was close to falling into a might be, but right now he's like with Jeff Jarrett. If anything was to happen, it'd have to be after Ben Styles.
Right. Exactly. But the should be, and I have been
by now. Definitely
I've been begging for this, just like with Boss Man, because I was literally talking to somebody about the Boss Man thing, and then you texted me, or I saw it online, whatever one it was, and it said Big Boss Man going in.
You might have seen it online, and then I text you when it.
There was like, oh, Big Boss Man going in finally.
And speaking of going in, you know how they keep doing the CBS Sports, Fox Sports. This time with Stan Hansen, Japanese. Of Japanese sports paper, and now Japanese sports or whatever it is, like.
It's because they're trying to get all avenues.
Stop.
Right. But
so we know TMZ will be the one, or E Online will be the one to do Snoop Dogg.
Right.
Or MTV.
There you go.
It'll be something like that.
Or BET.
Yes. Entertainment Weekly has dropped the bomb that Snoop Dogg is.
But yes, there should be someone that goes in the same category as Owen, British Bulldog, Brian Pillman, Big Boss Man, those type people.
Yes.
And that is one that has had a great career from beginning to end. He had done so much tag team wrestling, mid-card, main event, manager, everything.
Now, I may be stepping out here. Maybe stepping on a limb here to step out here. But I believe Rick Rude is the only person to be on Raw and Nitro at the same time. I don't think no one else has ever done that in history.
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I think he was on there. I know he was on both shows, but he might have been the only one to ever do that.
Which is very, very interesting. But, hopefully they don't still harbor hate.
They shouldn't.
It's years over with, and he was doing what he felt was best, because he did not agree with what happened with the Bret Hart thing, and so he felt like that was his only way was to leave and to go to the other side. But I mean, he did run with Sean and Hunter, and Hunter's one of the people in charge,
yes.
and they respected him. That's why they put him in there, because they liked him and everything. So hopefully, Mr. Ravishing Rick Rude goes in.
Hopefully next year will be his year.
Hopefully he goes in. I mean, they've got just a list of people that had great careers that have passed on that deserve to go in there.
Yeah, and some that hadn't passed on that ain't like Demolition.
Exactly.
I want Demolition on in there.
Why not? Legion of Doom's already in there, so now, I mean, I can understand waiting until Legion of Doom went in to put things like, Demolition in there. Powers of Pain probably not going
No, I mean, but you never know. You would think so, but you never know. I mean, Coco Beware. No offense to Coco, but I got a whole list of people that should go in before Coco.
That's true. That is true. So that is your 3 people in the Hall of Fame. Next, we have the top 15 predictions on what he will look like in 2020.
Which last week we jumped the gun a little bit because it already looks like that when Daniel Bryan retired. So.
Yes, he is retired. Number 9, the roster will be dominated by NXT alumni. It's already starting. Earlier we talked about how there will be no Attitude Era alumni left in the WWE in 5 years.
Shouldn't be.
Because the Big Show, Mark Henry, and Goldust, and those type guys will be gone.
They should be gone, yes.
So, and it does make sense because, I mean, it just takes time and eventually those people leave. And we stand by that, but additionally, most of the roster will be comprised of NXT alumni. Right now, a good bit of the roster is still pulled from the traditional feeder systems of OVW and Florida Championship Wrestling and various other promotions all over the country. Besides a few top stars who transcend their eras, don't expect to see much of the WWE 2K16 roster in 2020. People like...
Kane will be gone.
Oh, yeah, he's another... Attitude Era. But then you think of the ones from Florida Championship Wrestling and OVW, and you think of people like Kofi Kingston, The Miz, Jack Swagger, Damian Mizdow. I mean, those type of guys. Heath Slater. Those type of... Wade Barrett's talking about leaving already. And he came with the Sheamus. Those type of guys. Eventually... I could see by 2020 them being gone. I mean, not all those are going to be gone in the next, year or two.
No.
But by 2020, most of those will be gone, and then you'll have people coming in like Randy Orton and John Cena doing, the Undertaker treatment, Brock Lesnar treatment, like the once-a-year WrestleMania thing.
Yeah.
Them two will go and do the once-a-year thing until they probably can't move again.
I don't know. Orton may not. Orton may surprise a lot of people.
I could see him surprise a lot of people. Now that he's got a family and this woman he's just married and she has kids and everything, and he seems like he's settling down more. I could see...
Do some more action movies.
I could have seen, a couple of years back, before he met this woman, I could have seen him, making to be his life like John Cena and just keep on.
John Cena will keep on unless his body fails him.
Right. Something's keeping him going.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I could see Randy Orton settling down. And just, I mean, he's got enough money where he ain't got to work no more anyway. But yeah, I could see, I mean, the people like Sandow and The Miz and Swagger, those type guys, I see them leaving pretty soon anyway, honestly. Dolph Ziggler, he's another one he's talking about leaving. Those type people, you see them when they first start out, top of the card. And then slowly but surely, they dwindle down.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the New Day, okay, out of the 3 of those, Kofi came out of the Florida Championship Wrestling OVW days.
Yeah, because Xavier and Big E call him Daddy.
There you go.
Because he's been there so long.
Exactly.
Hey, Papa.
But see, Xavier and Big E came from NXT. So I could see, after a while, it's just going to end up being them two, and Kofi's eventually going to retire because he is a lot older than the other two. So it's going to be interesting to see, but pretty soon... every year you're going to have
that'll be the boom period. I don't think 2020 will be the boom, but I think the next couple of years we'll have another boom. It's time.
I mean, the NXT people are slowly trickling in, and I think once that's your only available talent is how Triple H is doing things, then Vince would have no choice but to actually push those people, like the Tyler Breezes and the Extensions.
He needs to just be the face, and I mean
right.
Oh, okay. There's Vince. Who's making all the arrangements? Shane, Hunter, Stephanie.
Right.
Vince is his
Because
face.
clearly Triple H is doing great things. He's brought Ultimate Warrior back from being in bitter
we're going to
times.
Detroit for WrestleMania. Bring Vince out so he can do the press conference.
Right. But you got, he did great things with
day-to-day.
Bruno Sammartino.
Yes.
Those type. Triple H has proven he's doing great things.
And he's going to do stuff with I can see him and Jarrett. I can see Jarrett getting the Hall of Fame. But it's going to be after Vince.
Yeah.
I mean, once Vince releases the power, and it's going to be Stephanie Hunter and Shane. The WWE people will say, "Oh Lord, Vince dies, the W's in trouble." It will drop. Of course it will, because you got to do the transition. But once they're back in the driver's seat, I think it's going to be better than it is now.
Right.
All these freaking indie internet fans will quit bitching so much and like, stupid. This is the worst WrestleMania ever. This and that and this.
It's not really a bad WrestleMania. I think, to me, because I'm not a huge fan of the main event and the no holds barred match, but the undercard underneath that is, top notch matches.
And you just have to look. Hunter, yes, he does stuff, but Hunter's not in charge. Vince is in charge.
Right. He still gets shot down on stuff.
Hey, I want this guy pushed. Vince says, I don't want to push. Guess who doesn't get pushed? But I can see a lot of people who we like, who we talk about on this show, who are not getting pushed.
Right.
Like Cesaro and a few other ones. When Hunter has more control, things will change. Look at NXT.
Yep.
Kevin Dunn is going to be out.
He's probably going to be fired.
He's going to be part of the going out too.
Yeah, because because like Tyler Breeze, he needs a push, and I don't understand it. He's a good hand, and so I think Triple H would change things like that. But the bold prediction is the WWE roster will consist of 90% NXT alumni by 2020.
And see, that's why I don't think Hunter has too much say right now.
Right.
Because why would you want somebody that you've overlooked in NXT, the Ascension, Tyler Breeze, to not come up and be a force?
Mm-hmm.
They come up and then you get run over.
Yeah.
And Tyler Breeze, he started. Okay, we put him in the World Title Tournament, which he shouldn't have been in. He just knew there.
Right.
And that was it. He lost the game.
Because you knew he was going to lose in the World Title Tournament.
No, you don't do that. And you stick him with Summer. Okay, that's going to be good. Him with Summer, they work
and they break up for no reason.
Break up. So that's why I don't think Hunter has part of that. He has a little say so, but we still say head man Vince has all the say so.
Right. But next we are going to predict the next 10 WWE champions. Number 4 is John Cena. SummerSlam sounds like we're just repeating ourselves.
It does.
John Cena, John Cena.
I think it's 18. I think this will make him 18-time champion by SummerSlam 2017.
But it says SummerSlam 2017. Though the Finn Balor title win will swerve,
which is good,
a number of purposes. It will pop a Raw rating and keep the Money in the Bank gimmick strong. Balor as champion won't be a long-term plan. A livid Cena will invoke his rematch calls, because remember, Cena at this point is heel.
Which is what we need.
Challenging the new championship title bout at SummerSlam 2017.
It worked for Hulk Hogan, and it helped WCW beat Raw. So hello.
I will tell you something about Hogan.
And I think they're waiting though. Once Roman gets over as the face of the place,
then they don't need Cena as a face. Exactly. Once they say, okay, well, Roman Reigns is selling enough merchandise, then we can move on. But the match, the first proper bout between Cena and Balor will headline at Brooklyn's Barclays Center. Right?
Yes.
And though heel John Cena will have been getting largely positive reactions from fans, despite WWE's best intentions, the New York crowd will be in Balor's corner, of course. The match to prove himself. Oh, wait. The match itself will be a classic, reminiscent of Cena Bryan battle at SummerSlam 2013 with this smaller, more technically savvy grappler trying to prove himself against WWE's franchise. This time, there won't be a storybook ending. Cena's viciousness and willingness to break the rules will make him too much of a match for Balor, and he'll defeat the Irish grappler to win the world title, his 18th championship. They're going to give him 20 before he retires.
And he's going to 20.
He probably is. And then nobody will touch that one. Number 3, you have Apollo Crews. I told you, if you watch segment number 3, that number 3 on the predictions was a good one.
Yes.
Because this will be great.
So John Cena won the title at SummerSlam 2017, and next up is Apollo Crews, where?
WrestleMania 34.
Almost a whole year.
John Cena will dominate most of 2017 and the early months of 2018 as a WWE champion, but he'll meet his match at WrestleMania 34 in the form of 2018 Royal Rumble winner Apollo Crews. I tried to say Roman Reigns. I just wanted it so bad, right?
You keep wanting it. That's what they want.
Apollo Crews. In Crews, WWE will have finally found a successor to Cena, and they'll officially coronate him as the company's top babyface at WrestleMania. But if you listen to certain people, they don't push black people.
I know.
I don't agree, but anyway, Cena will do his best. Cena will do his best to undermine Crews, leading into the event, playing up his experience while tackling the #1 contender at every opportunity. Still, Apollo Crews' popularity will rise as he beats everyone put in front of him, and all the while, his talent will prevent him from being received as another corporate selection, being shoved down fans' throats.
Alright.
Right. The WWE Universe will be clamoring for the showdown between Crews and Cena, C versus C, and when it finally comes, it won't disappoint. It'll be a watershed moment for both men. Crews will more than deliver in his first major main event, because it's dying. First major main event, while everything Cena's built as a heel over the past year will come to a head. When Crews claims the title decisively, a beaten Cena will have no choice but to shake the new champion's hand, this time without a swerve.
And guess what?
And now you've made a legit face to run the place.
And the torch
will be passed
has been passed
properly.
So, no, come on.
I would like that.
I love Apollo Crews.
Yes. I would like that.
And right, there you go. Won't be shoved down the people's throat. I don't care who you are. Don't shove people down their throats.
Right. Let it happen, more
because they take one person, they go, you're going to like him. And the people they like, they go, no, we're not going to give you what they want.
Right.
This guy, we're going to show you. No, not him.
But very quickly, I was going to tell you about, Cena as a heel.
Yes.
So I was reading, I don't know if you read the article, Freddie Prinze Jr. had an article about...
I read some of it.
Okay,
I didn't know I didn't read it, I saw that it was in it.
Okay, well, he talked about, he really pushed hard. He was one of the main components in Jeff Hardy finally running the SmackDown brand.
I saw that
right?
where he wanted Jeff to be.
He was really pushing that hard, and everybody was pushing up against him on it. And then finally Vince, he said he agreed with it, and Vince went with it. But he talked about how Cena cannot be a heel. He said that they look at Cena, yes, as the moneymaker. They look at him with the Make-A-Wish and this and that and the other. And here's what they said. Here's what he said. He made a weird point, and and at first when I read it, I was like, well, no, I think you misunderstood. But then he, went further with it. Basically what he said was Cena turning heel would be like Hollywood Hogan being a heel. It would end a company. And I was like, wait a second. It actually boomed the company for Hogan to turn heel, but basically...
Man, writing killed WCW.
But basically what he's saying is they started with Hogan being a heel, and then they gave like a 3-year run to it, and they didn't know how to get out of it, and he's basically saying that basically was the catalyst for WCW going under, because they couldn't get... Even though Hogan did go back face towards the end, he's basically saying that they didn't know, they shoved the whole heel Hogan down so much, they didn't know how to get out of it. But that's WCW.
That's bad writing.
That's WCW.
And they should have never left all 3 people.
Bro. But what I'm saying is...
4 at the most, but they had 44 people. And
right.
It just waters it down and kills it. But...
I was okay with having Hogan, Nash, Hall, X-Pac, and the Giant. Maybe that's it.
That's it. Yeah,
and maybe, the manager of Ted DiBiase. And that was cool. That was fine. Small faction.
I mean, do one more than the 4 Horsemen, and that's fine. But don't have 40-something people. Like, oh my God, here.
And then you have an NWO Japan,
Black and White,
Red and
Black, and Wolfpack, and this.
So bad, but
LWO and this. Okay, please stop. But yeah, that's bad writing.
But right. But see, WWE wouldn't write themselves into a corner where they're like, because eventually Cena's not going to end. Cena's not going to end as a heel when he retires.
No, of course not.
But he gets if Cena can do a legit heel run, Cena can then pass the torch properly to the next face that will run the place, and then he can go back after like the shaking of the hands with Apollo Crews.
There you go.
He can turn back into being a face and end his career.
Because all you have to do is have another heel attack Cena for being a wuss and shaking the guy's hand.
Exactly.
Whoever's number 2 heel right behind Cena,
yep.
You make him number 1 heel, There's a few for Cena, and Cena's back a face.
Right. And then Cena's the number 2 face because Apollo Crews is number 1. And then, so then Cena can go against this heel. And then that heel, the number 2 heel, has become the number 1 heel. And that number 1 heel, after facing Cena, has now got the rub as the heel. Now he goes after Apollo Crews.
Okay, so okay, we're going to say it's Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is the heel. And Dean Ambrose is the face. So, okay, on Raw after WrestleMania, we have the new champion, Apollo Crews, and Dean Ambrose taking on John Cena and Roman Reigns.
There you go.
Apollo beats Cena again.
There you go.
After the match, Roman attacks Cena.
There you go.
There you go. Cena's face. Roman's got more heat because he attacked Cena, who people will not like because he's heel for a while in the back. So.
Exactly.
And there you go. It writes itself, folks. It's not brain surgery. I don't know why these people can't think of this stuff and do it.
Now, do I agree that they went too long with Hollywood Hogan?
Yes.
They did go too long.
Because you know what?
Because they thought that, okay, this
Money, ratings, we're beating Vince.
Yep.
Keep it going.
They thought that was the bread and butter, but legitimately the best thing they could have done is, instead of breaking off the 2 groups, have Nash or Hall, whoever was going to be the leader again, then attack Hogan, like they did when Hogan was with The Rock. How they turned on him.
Yes.
They do it that way, and Hogan's now a legit face again, and now he can help Sting and DDP and Goldberg against the forces of the NWO.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
You're
like
welcome, WCW 20 years ago. I'm sorry. I wasn't there.
It's not brain surgery.
I could have helped.
You know what it is? Fresh minds.
Exactly.
They don't have fresh minds anymore.
But I read where WWE is hiring temporary writers. They're probably like, oh, that's really good. You're hired full time now. And you're
Are they like soap opera writers?
I don't know. I just know that they were looking for temporary writers. maybe they're looking at it with the whole, just like wrestlers need to take a break on their body.
They do.
They need to take a break on the brain.
And they got Mick Foley's son in there.
Exactly. They do the temporary writing thing where, okay, you do a year. Okay, and now you still get paid while you're not writing for them. You're still going to get paid.
Do something else.
But you don't have to be there every week with ideas and keep going. You had that guy there for a year, and then they just intertwine. Even if it's 6 months, I'd be happy with that for 6 months. From however long was it, WrestleMania to SummerSlam? How long is that? April, May, June, July, August.
Yes, August is 5th month.
So 5 months right there. Whoever's there for that amount of time, you do from WrestleMania to SummerSlam, because that's the main.
Well, you have to have them like a month. Have the people who were writing, so you could do the stories, and then they would come back right before, and so you two could write together, and then they would take
to
off.
Intertwine what their ideas are. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm having this right now to SummerSlam, and you take over on Raw, and you go from there.
Exactly. Because I could see people doing it from, these people need to do it from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. Yeah. And then those people from WrestleMania to SummerSlam, and then so on and so forth. Yes. Oh, yeah. I think it would be better instead of, hey, I've been here for 12 years.
My stories start in January, and my finished up storylines end up in WrestleMania. Everything's the big payoffs at WrestleMania.
And then those starts on Raw. The night after WrestleMania.
I take what you've done, I go with it and tinker it to my standards,
and
it pays off with SummerSlam. And then we start. It's not brain surgery, folks. It's not brain surgery.
Exactly.
So that was it for this week. Next week is going to be huge. It's going to be WrestleMania is here.
WrestleMania. We will be watching it, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to have to start.
7 hours of WrestleMania. Yes.
So we're going to have to start early. We'll have the pre-show going on in the other room because nobody cares. And
this is another Friday night fight.
This is true.
We may have 7 hours for goodness sake.
We may have to do that.
But we will see.
Get it over with.
That's what next week. That's what episode 98. WrestleMania 32.
That's right. No telling. We're going to talk about WrestleMania again. We've already given you your predictions. Hey, if we film it at a certain time, we'll already know Dallas, so we'll talk about Dallas.
That's right, because Dallas starts late. So
that's right. So we may already be able to tell you what's going on with that, and then we'll go from there. And of course, part 4, the list that doesn't miss. Yes. We, doing some more predictions.
Plus our Hall of Fame.
And our Hall of Fame.
Who will be inducted in this year's Top Rope Reality Hall of Fame.
It's going to be huge.
And maybe we'll have some information on Daniel Bryan.
Maybe we will. Hopefully, it'll come out to what's going on with him.
And hopefully they'll make Jericho, AJ Styles, official.
Hopefully so.
They need to.
And Snoop Dogg.
And Snoop Dogg, yes. All the loose ends are going to be tied up this Monday on Raw here, folks.
It used to be all the loose ends was tied up at Royal Rumble.
Yes, it was.
Not the night before. Go to WWE.com right now. Here's breaking news. The night before WrestleMania.
Or at WrestleMania.
Yes.
What? No. Let's not make a match over WrestleMania.
No.
But I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this week, and I hope everybody out there has a great Easter.
Eat plenty of eggs.
Eat plenty of eggs, yes.
And candy.
Stay downwind, though.
Please do. To get away.
Yes. But I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm just a cat.
And we'll see you next week for our big, huge episode 98, WrestleMania 32. Thank you for watching.